not very good at this. I gotta keep trying. Believe it or not, this is actually allowed here, graffiti. This is known as the Color Park, and it's the most colorful place in downtown Pittsburgh. From a website, which I will link down below if you want to read it for yourself. This is known as the Color Park, located in the south side of Pittsburgh along the Three Rivers Heritage Trail between Liberty Bridge and 10th Street Bridge. The Color Park officially opened in spring of 2017 after a lot of consideration. Local artist Bear and Batch have been tagging the trail and other places in Pittsburgh for several years. And we got a train coming. As I was saying, Barron has been tagging this place for several years with his work along the Three Rivers Heritage Trail, which is now the Color Park. And it was noticed after his works were reported to police as vandalism. This open discussion and debate about public art versus vandalism and eventually springboarded the creation of the Color Park. His vision was to make this rundown industrial area colorful, welcoming, and engaging through graffiti art. And today it's a free place for anyone to come to express their art and creativity. So you're welcome to come here with your spray paint and to tag it up however you wish. All I can say is that there's a lot of great pieces here, so I'm going to be respectful of those ones. I'm only going to color over areas that look like there's just kind of nothing important. But myself is here, Jill and Lily I believe is making a ghost face that she's going to attempt to do. And I'm just going to do JPVideos and maybe some like happy faces or something like that. But in the meantime, let's take a walk around and see some of the wonderful pieces here at the Color Park. That's probably my best one. It's a far cry from what others have done here, but I'm giving it my best shot. Now you have to be mindful that there is some vulgar graffiti. You know, there are some cuss words, so if you do bring kids here, you are going to see that. But for the most part, it's actually really well done. I know professional artists have come here. Barron himself has invited other artists that he knows to come here and to actually get the park started. But it is open to anyone and everyone. They do have trash cans here so you can dispose of your spray paint and everything improperly. But it's actually a pretty big area here. You got this big lot here. So the ground itself is tagged up. The jersey barriers, pretty much everything is tagged up, and it's just a neat way to come here and to express yourself. Now there's actually another area that we passed by on the way in here that's also tagged up. So I'm going to take you over there in a moment and show you what that looks like. Well, there's my steam train, or at least resembles a steam train. As you're watching, make sure to comment down below. Tell me what favorite piece you see, whether by describing it, or feel free to leave a timestamp. Hey. That right there is a really great piece. That I believe is PPG Plaza. And we got the blue nighttime sky, the moon. Instagram is Anna Marie Withorn, if you want to look them up. Really fantastic piece. Another good thing about this park, you're right next to a double main line. 2 trains already came through, so you get really great vantage points of CSX running through here right next to the color park. Trail is pretty busy too, with runners, walkers, bikers. Goes right along the Monongahela River. And here we have some type of circular, I don't know what you want to call it. People have been in there though and tagged it up. I wouldn't advise that probably. And right around the corner here is a homeless encampment, so you need to just be mindful of that as well. Like all of them, pretty much leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. But just trying to show you what the area is like, what to expect. But it is part of the Three Rivers Heritage Trail. This is all free reign for graffiti. Train action over here. City views over here. But now we're gonna head down about 100 yards from here to show you another item that's very colorful and very tagged up with graffiti. And it's related to the train tracks. So down there is the color park. If you come up this way, which you actually drive past, drive over the train tracks, you got a nice industrial area here, and looks like possibly a baggage / coach car, or even a mail coach car, and it's all tagged up as well. And there's even some bicycle art pieces, seating area, and again it's right next to the train tracks here, so you get great vantage points, viewing opportunities for the passing by trains. Right through a really heavy industrial complex here. There's a concrete plant up there. This is a reconverted place, which is now a brewery. But this train car is here. And I figured it'd be worth showing because it's covered in graffiti. And since we're talking about a color park, graffiti park, why not show this as well? So I don't know if this is allowed to be tagged. I'm guessing it is, but I feel more comfortable doing it down there on the road and the barriers. But yeah, this looks like it was, I don't see the attachments for the bracket for the mail. I think this was a baggage car combination coach car, or maybe a baggage dining car. Not going to worry about the specifics, but regardless, it is here. There's a neat skull piece with a cat with a helmet. And here we are, and this side is much more colorful. Now there is one more area I want to show you. I actually passed it on the way walking over here. I didn't know it was actually there until I just kind of stumbled upon it. If you want to see what that is, well, we're going to head there next. So I do have these two strangers here. I know you haven't seen them in my videos for a while, but I wanted to ask them, for you guys, what you thought of the color park.
It was pretty cool.
It was cool.
I like how people are super creative and talented.
I like the skulls there.
What was your favorite piece?
The fox.
Fox.
And the Monongahela.
Monongahela monster. Monongahela. That's a new one. And you said skulls? And this one's the most artistic
Out of the bunch
of us. And you made a bunch of scream faces, ghost faces. So I made my little steam locomotive and a happy face and some really poorly spaced out JPVideos. But it's a lot of fun though. It's a way to express yourself, to do it legally. But as they mentioned, there's a lot of great pieces here, really talented people. So come here, admire, take pictures, and I would say save those good pieces for others to enjoy. There's a lot of other areas you could tag out for yourself, especially for people like me who don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to have fun with it. But they're getting cold. They're going to go back to the car, but we're going to head over now and check out a new area that I just found that you may want to check out for yourself if you come here to the color park. This is the Three Rivers Heritage Trail, which we've seen already, and spotted the looking magnifying telescope binocular thing. I noticed there's some steps here which are open, and I looked down and it's actually a way to get down to the river itself, and maybe it'll be less windy down here. The other thing I like too that I spotted is these railings are like kind of custom made. It's braided steel wrapped up, has an artistic form to it, and almost like some viewing benches. Jill said maybe for if they have a regatta here, it's like a little viewing platform. And you actually get down really close to the river's edge. Even a dock here too. I'm sure you could probably do some fishing here if you wanted to. Yeah, so they have this wall down here. Some type of structure or support. Maybe you had cables on it. I see them hanging there. And that little circular thing out there as well. Stone wall here. But it's a nice kind of quiet area. Definitely less windy right here, which is nice, and gives you some fantastic views of the city and the bridges, and just looking towards the Three Rivers confluence area. So down there would be where the Monongahela meets the Allegheny and forms the Ohio, going that way. And that's looking towards like PNC Park is down that way around the other side. What else is down there? The Point State Park. So a lot to take in here. It says access 1.25. So this was used for something, or is used for something, and it's right here near the color park. But honestly, it's a great low to the ground vantage perspective and allows you to see everything in great detail. And there goes the T right across the bridge there. Pittsburgh T, light rail, trolley, subway system, which I love riding, and is free in the downtown area. Another thing I wanted to point out too, if any of you watched the channel Adventures with Purpose, they actually featured several episodes here in downtown Pittsburgh towards the end of last year. I believe it was filmed and they aired a few months ago. But in the Three Rivers here, I think it was specifically, I believe it was the Monongahela. I'm trying to remember. Regardless though, they were here and they found over 100 cars in the river bottom. And it was just the most they ever found. They were just getting targets left and right when they were scouring with their sonar radar systems. And there was an area closer to PNC Park where there's just a dumping of cars. There was over 50 in one spot. So these rivers have some crazy history tied to them, you know, dating back to the mobster days to even now, more recently, where people have just, you know, disposed of cars for whatever reason or had accidents, but they found over 100 cars here, and they dove down to them, identified them, and a lot of them were in just really deplorable condition. They were just falling apart from being down there so long. Others were actually fully intact vehicles, trucks, old cars, modern cars, and it was just really fascinating to watch because I'm pretty familiar with the city now after being here so many times, and to see them here, you know, doing what they're doing and knowing that, you know, we look at the river how often when I'm here, and I just admire it. I've taken the boat ride on it. I never knew there was all these cars in the river. So Adventures with Purpose, search Pittsburgh, and I'm sure you'll find the videos. But if you want to see what they found, check it out. It's a great channel, and unbelievable amount of cars here in the rivers here at Pittsburgh. So like I said, a great place to come watch trains. So, Color Park in downtown Pittsburgh, or I like to call it the most colorful place in Pittsburgh. I recommend checking out if you're here. It is doable by foot, although it's going to be a long walk. There is ample parking if you're coming here with your vehicle like we did, or if you're riding a bicycle or scooter, you can easily make it here as well. Completely free, open to the public. Obviously, practice common sense. Use your best judgment when it comes to any situations or scenarios. My personal recommendation is to save those great graffiti pieces for others to enjoy, because there's a lot of talented artists that do visit here and showcase their work. So come, admire it, take pictures, share it with the public, share it with your friends. And if you want to bring a couple cans for yourself and try to do your own creation, have at it. Despite my lack of creativity and expertise, it's still a lot of fun. We all enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it's really windy today, and it's a cold day as well, so we didn't get to enjoy it as much as we would like to, maybe on a warmer summer day, but I definitely will return in the future. But again, looking forward to your feedback as to what your favorite piece was, and hopefully enjoyed what I was able to show you both with the Color Park, this place right here, and the ongoing train activity. With that being said, thanks for joining me for another video here in downtown Pittsburgh, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.